I don't know what J Hope is. I don't know if he's Korean or if he's Japanese, but I always feel like they got some black cousins, right? Just because. And peace, family. It's your boy OG. I'd like to welcome you to OG Reacts. Today we are headed east with my boy J Hope. I think he is a member of BTS. I'm not totally sure. I've gotten a lot of recommendations for this song with him and J. Cole. So I'm excited to see it just because I found Jungkook a couple of weeks ago and just fell in love with his music. And so I wanted to see if this falls in line with kind of what I like as far as Eastern music, right? I'm not necessarily a K-pop fan, but I'm a hip-hop fan. I'm an R&B fan, in the mesh of the two. And so let's see what they got. This is J Hope and J. Cole with On the Street.
Every time I work, every time I run, every time I move, as always for us. Every time I look, every time I love, every time I hope, as always for us. 오늘도 빠른 선택걸어 anywhere, J in the air. 가는 길이 희망이 되고자 하연하고 태어 입은 my world was made of your love in your face 보답을 해. 저 멀리서라도 나비가 돼. Just walk lightly whenever you want. Go on hopefully wherever you walk. 누군가의 숨이 깃들여 있는 거리 내 영혼과 영원을 담을게 everywhere. Every time I walk, every time I run, every time I move, as always for us. Every time I look, every time I love, every time I hope, as always for us. Every time I walk, every time I run, every time I move, as always for us. Every time I look, every time I love.
So I assume that this is Cole about to bar up. So, generally, and what I historically have struggled with is the language thing in much of the songs. So it's good that they have the words in this, because at least I know what the rapper's intention is. Honestly, I can't, some of the K-pop stuff, even the non-K-pop stuff, when it's just kind of Korean or Japanese, it sounds good, but there's no way for me to judge whether it is really good, because I just can't follow along. And so, with this, I know that, like, even now, the beat is dope, the song has meaning, and because the words is there, I know his intentions, I know what he's trying to give me, and I got it. You know what I mean? And so that's good, and that's for future reference. If you're gonna recommend something, please.
Every time I hope, as always for us. Yeah. Oh hell, the mighty survivor of hell. Plop down from heaven to sail. Holy water that I scooped from the well. Fought tooth and a nail just to prevail. Monster ruthless as I move through the field. Feeling worried, in a hurry like a 2-minute drill. To make a couple mil off a lucrative deal. Selling train of thought, name an artist who could derail. You never see it like a nigga hula hooping in jail. I got a friend smart as fuck, but he's stupid as hell. He swear to God ain't real, since it ain't no way to prove it itself. As if the universe ain't enough, as if the volcanoes ain't erupt. As if the birds don't chirp, as if a trillion nerves don't work in a human body. Shit, who would I be without the creator of this theater beside me to gently guide me? Some days I wonder if I need to pick a different hobby. I'm deep in with this rapping, that's all a nigga know. I never did nothing better, it's hard to let it go. But like a father watching his daughter walk down the altar with tears in his eyes, you gotta let her grow. And so I shall, but first I've been honing my style. Coders around with more quotables than what the quota allows.
Yo, Cole is just, oh man, he is so elite, right? Like he's such an elite MC. There is, when the whole Drake and Kendrick thing was going on, I actually was glad that he bowed out of it. I was glad that he bowed out of it, but I wish he hadn't. I don't know if you can understand that sentiment because I think Cole is bigger than beef, right? And I think Kendrick is too, but when it got personal, gloves just come off, and I understand that, right? I don't think Drake is bigger than beef, but I do wish he did just because of this. He has such the ability to compete with the best of the best as far as bars go. And so, I just am an admirer of Cole as one of our best ever to do it, right? Like one of our best to ever do it.
I never did nothing better, it's hard to let it go. But like a father watching his daughter walk down the altar with tears in his eyes, you gotta let her grow. And so I shall, but first I've been honing my style. Coders around with more quotables than what the quota allows. You see a top 10 list, I see a golden corral, nigga. As the moon jumps over the cow, I contemplate if I should wait to hand over the crown and stick around for a bit longer. I got a strange type of hunger. The more I eat, the more it gets stronger. The more it gets stronger. I said the more it gets stronger. J-Hope, Cold World.
Every time I work, every time I run, every time I move, it's always for us. Every time I look, every time I love, every time I hope, it's always for us. Every time I work, every time I run, every time I move, it's always for us. Every time I look, every time I love, every time I hope, it's always for us.
Love it. These cats got yeah, I was laughing at some of the XG stuff because you know I pay attention to the small things when I watch XG and even these cats like Jungkook or J Hope, and I always feel like I don't know what J Hope is. I don't know if he's Korean or if he's Japanese, but I always feel like they got some black cousins, right? Just because even that little handshake at the end, dapping somebody up is very universal, right? But how you end a dap generally tells me if you pay attention to culture, right? Like if you pay attention to like how you come into a dap, how you dap somebody, and how you finish a dap, different people do it different ways. And a lot of people outside of the culture don't know how to, right? And so when I watched him, I was just like, damn, he got it. You know what I mean? So that's just always interesting to me. Um, this was a dope song, right? Like this could easily go on my playlist. Um, and J Hope, dope. J. Cole, always dope. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Share, like, subscribe, and I'll be back with another reaction. Hope you're well. Treat yourself well. Treat others well. Talk to you soon. Peace.